Radio, voice of the voiceless.
Good afternoon. This is the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. I am Modupe, Akinyosoye. Here are the top stories. President Tinubu says servicing external debt with 90% of revenue is unsustainable. Ogun 20 local government share 5.23 billion naira for August. In business, Naira loses $7.2 million monthly to illegal crude oil connections. On foreign scene, India Prime Minister calls for African Union to join G20. In sports, Enyimba Rema Stars crash out of CAF Champions League. Details of this and more coming up shortly. Welcome back, and now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says servicing Nigeria's external debt with 90% of the country's revenue is not sustainable. President Tinubu made a remark on Sunday in Abuja while declaring open the annual conference of Nigerian Bar Association. Speaking at the conference, the president described the high debt service to revenue ratio as a path of destruction. He stated that the prosperity Nigerians require will only occur once the society is rid of poverty with the cooperation of the country's private sector leaders. President Tinubu further stated that Nigerians complain a lot about the past instead of changing their attitude and working with determination. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has approved hearing of a suit against the acting governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Folashodun Shonubi, and the deputy governor of the bank, Mr. Edward Adamu, are accused of alleged failure to declare their assets to the Code of Conduct Bureau as required by the law. A group known as the Network Against Corruption and Trafficking Foundation had filed a suit through Festus Keyamo Chambers and also cited the chairman of the CCB as a respondent in the matter. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has asked Nigerians to reject any parcel given to them to deliver abroad when traveling. NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi, in a post on Sunday on his X page, uploaded a video clip on how an illicit drug was discovered in the male leather slippers. He said the slippers was part of a shipment going to Indonesia. In another development, the NDLEA spokesperson said a South African identified as Erasmus Pihere was arrested with 2.6 kilograms of methamphetamine concealed in his luggage at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. The governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, has called on science teachers in the state to acquire new knowledge, especially in the area of science. This, he said, will ensure that students are imbibed with prerequisite knowledge, which will propel them towards economic growth and human capital development. Governor Abiodun stated this at the closing ceremony of the Training of Trainers Capacity Building Workshop for 750 science, technology, engineering, and mathematics teachers in public secondary schools in the state and 100 education officers held at Akinyale in Iwekoro local government area, represented by Special Advisor on Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu. Governor Abiodun said education provides opportunities for exposure to new ideas and concepts that could be used to improve society. The governor said his administration recognizes the significance of STEM teaching in building a strong education system, which had led to the formulation of new policies in the sector. The 20 local government councils in Ogun State are said to have shared the sum of 5.23 billion naira in the month of August. The State Joint Account Allocation Committee made this disbursement public at its August meeting, which was held in the conference hall of the Obas complex in Okemosho, Abeokuta. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Rotimiolu Akinyosoye in his welcome address at the meeting called on the local government chairman to carry out more developmental projects. Akinyosoye, however, commended them for the feats achieved in the last 2 years. The Katsina state government has banned the use of commercial motorcycles and tricycles in the night. The ban spread across 19 local government areas as part of effort to enhance security in the state. In a statement on Sunday, Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs Nasiru Muhazu said the ban is from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. You are listening to the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, foreign, business and sport news. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back to the rest of the news. In business and economic news, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Sunday says the country loses an average of $7.2 million monthly from illegal oil connections. The oil firm disclosed this following the discovery of an illegal connection in Owaza community, Abia State. The illegal connection was discovered on Saturday by the Oil Theft Situation Assessment Delegation deployed in the Niger Delta by President Bola Tinubu. The team was also said to have visited the Trans-Niger Pipeline right-of-way in Owaza, Abia, where an array of dismantled illegal connections were observed. On the foreign scene, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday called for the African Union to be made a G20 member. The group of 20 major economies consists of 19 countries and the European Union, making up about 85% of global GDP and two-thirds of the world's population. In December, U.S. President Joe Biden said he wanted the African Union to join the G20 as a permanent member, adding that it had been a long time in coming. South Africa is the only member of the G20 from the continent of Africa. In the world of sport, Nigeria's representatives in this season's CAF Champions League, Enyimba and Remo Stars, have been eliminated in the first qualifying round of the competition. Enyimba could not overturn their 4-3 loss to Al-Ali Benghazi in Libya last weekend as the People's Elephants were denied the crucial goal required to sail into the next round, settling for a disappointing goalless draw in Aba. The goalless draw means the NPFL champions are eliminated in the first round of the tournament for the first time since 2015 and also ended their 14-match scoring streak at home. On their part, debutant Remo Stars won the second leg of their encounter 1-0 but lost out in the penalties after aggregate scores stood at a 1-goal apiece. Still in the world of sport, Victor Osimhen scored his 100th career goal in club football as Napoli defeated Sassuolo 2-0 at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium on Sunday. Osimhen tucked away a penalty in the 16th minute to reach the landmark goal. The goal is also the 64th since arriving at Napoli from Lille in July 2020. The 24-year-old has scored 3 goals in 2 Serie A matches this season and is joint top scorer alongside AC Milan's Olivier Giroud. To end the world news, a quick recap of the major stories. We reported that President Bola Tinubu said servicing external debt with 90% of revenue is unsustainable. Ogun 20 local government shared 5.23 billion naira for August. In business, reported that Nigeria lost $7.2 million monthly to illegal crude oil connections. On the foreign scene, Indian Prime Minister called for African Union to join G20. In sports, reported that Enyimba and Remo Stars crashed out of CAF Champions League. The World News was edited and produced by Tarid Abidat. For more news and updates, you can follow us on all social media platforms. On Facebook, www.facebook.com/Al-IyamoyeTv radio. On Twitter @Iyamoye_TV and on Instagram @Al-IyamoyeTV. You can also stream live by logging on to our website www.aliyamoyetvradio.com. Thank you so much for listening. I am Modupe Akinyosoye. Good afternoon.